Stock market update for today, Monday, September 22nd. We are after the 4 p.m. close. We're going to go over some movement in the stock market today and some news. We're also going to do a quick portfolio update for my $10,000 YouTube portfolio challenge. So let's jump right into it. All right. So I did make one new purchase in the portfolio today. I did start my position in Nike. As I talked about in the last video, Nike is a strong global brand. The stock price has been beaten down a lot. And I think Nike has the potential to reach all new highs down the road, maybe even years in the future. But I feel like Nike is too strong of a brand to just disappear. I am going to go over the Nike chart so we can look at that. But I did add to Nike today, and I did add one more share of HIMS. Now, I was going to add Nvidia, but there was some big news today. Let's jump into that news. Nvidia invests $100 billion into OpenAI. OpenAI is the team that creates ChatGPT. ChatGPT runs on Nvidia microchips. I mean, it seems like a win-win investment, but as soon as this announcement was made today, Nvidia stock shot up 3 to 4%. So like I said, I was about to buy a share in the YouTube portfolio, and I decided to wait today to see if that price retraces a little bit. Long term, again, I think Nvidia is only going up. Short term, we don't know if there's going to be ups and downs, but I didn't really want to buy on a hype day when the price shot up 4%. So that's the big news from today that led to a lot of movement in the market. So let's look at what's going on. Let's start off by looking at VOO, the S&P 500. VOO was up about 0.5% today. We see if we take the retracement from this previous high to the previous low, it's finding resistance right at the 1.414. We are above the 50, 100, and 200 day moving averages. So the stock market's looking strong. We are finding short-term resistance right at this marker. We will see if we'll go past it up to the 1.618 and 1.75, which I'm guessing we are going to hit the 1.618. We will see what happens. Let's look at QQQ. Same thing. Let's take the retracement from the previous high to the previous low. And we see that QQQ is actually... they're actually past that 1.414. So we see here, they did find the same resistance at this point and had broken through it. So QQQ is moving a little faster than VOO, which makes sense because of all the tech stocks moving. Nvidia is going up, Microsoft is going up, Google's going up, Amazon's going up, Apple's making a move right now. So it makes a lot of sense why QQQ is moving up first. Let's look at Nvidia while we're here. So as you remember yesterday when I was looking at the chart, I was saying that the price is finding support on this 50-day moving average, which made me think, okay, this is a good time to add a share. The price broke below the 50-day moving average, went back above it, broke below, now back above it. I was willing to take a chance and start a position in the YouTube portfolio. And as we see today, it was a big 4% jump. It is down 0.33% after hours, so we will see what happens. But what is interesting about this price movement is it did find resistance at the previous highs. We see here resistance, resistance, resistance. So we will have to see what happens. If we do, let's use the same technique that we use for VOO and QQQ. We take the previous high to the previous low. And we see that they did break past. So Nvidia is past the 0.1414. We can see there is support resistance on the 1.272. So I think we'll probably see that 1.618 price hit, maybe even the 1.75. So probably somewhere around 194 to 203 for Nvidia. Oh, I need to say also, I will put a disclaimer up at the beginning of this video, but none of this is financial advice. I'm not professional. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just drawing some lines on the chart right now. Could be making stuff up. Who knows? Do your own research, figure stuff out, do what you want to do. Don't blame me for anything. All right, back to the chart. So yeah, I mean, Nvidia is looking strong as well. There's been nothing but advancements and partnerships and investments made. So yeah. Let's look at Nike stock real quick and why I think now is a good time to buy. I think Nike has completed one giant full macro cycle starting all the way back from the 1980s until now. If we look at the retracement from the very beginning to now, Nike has hit that golden zone, the 0.618 to 0.65. I don't see how you bet against Nike at this point. We see it hit that, bounced up a little bit back down, found resistance at the 0.65. It's now above both the 0.65, 0.618. It found support on the 50-day moving average. And as of now, it looks like it's still finding support. Or are they below it? It's right there. So Nike's kind of at a make or break point. It could still go down farther. I'm fully aware of that. That's why I only purchased 2 shares to start. It's not out of the question that it goes down to this 0.786. But again, Nike is a strong global brand. It's gone down from $179 down to $70. So over $100 off the share. There's no way Nike is just going to disappear. They're not going to go bankrupt. They're not going to become irrelevant. They will come back. So I do think Nike is a strong buy at this price. We will see what happens. Let's start with Celsius. Celsius had a big drop today of 6%. So that's pretty significant. As we talked about in the last video, I am waiting to see if Celsius closes this gap, considering the 100-day moving average is coming up and they're below the 50-day moving average. And this is the 0.382 retracement from the previous low to high. I'm guessing we hit this. I'm guessing Celsius gets to around $47. If it gets to that point, I may start a position. We shall see. I'm going to watch price movement. Maybe we'll go all the way back down to 37. We don't know. Again, I'm not totally sold on starting a position in Celsius yet, but I am going to watch this stock. Elf Beauty, as we talked about last time, looks like it has a good setup, potential cup and handle forming. They are also down close to 2% today. This previous gap was pretty much filled. If that's the one, ABC one, yeah. I'm going to have to watch this one. I'm not sure. And again, with Elf, same as Celsius, I don't know if I want to start a position in this company. I'm just now researching the company, deciding what I want to do, but it is interesting. Robinhood. Robinhood was officially added to the S&P 500 today. Robinhood has had a huge run-up. It's very hard to buy stocks at all-time highs. As we talked about with the other stocks, Robinhood has we just talked about the VOO and QQQ. Found resistance, support. So they've been around these marks, these Fibonacci marks. It did go past, Robinhood did go past the 1.414. It is going up. I'm guessing we'll get to this 1.618 to 1.75. So I think Robinhood still has some room to go up before we see a retracement. And I feel like the market right now, as we go into the end of September, Q4 of 2025, is in a bit of euphoria. Everything is just going up right now. At some point, I do feel like we will see a correction. But as of now, it's kind of hard to fight this bullish trend when everything is going up. Robinhood, I wish I bought this a long time ago. I honestly just don't feel comfortable buying a stock after this big of a run-up. There's nothing wrong with buying at all-time highs. There is strategy behind that. It just makes me nervous. So we shall see on this one as well. Let's look at NBIS, which at one point was up 8% today. So doing the same technique, we go from the swing, the previous high to previous low. They are right at that 1.272, found resistance there. We will have to see what happens. I mean, such strong moves. This one has quite a few gaps. This gap was after the Microsoft partnership was announced. NBIS is growing well. Let's look at CRWV, which is also up quite a bit today. CRWV has not broken past the previous all-time highs. So this one looks a little bit more promising. And if we do look at the previous retracement, from the last low to the all-time high. Price did retrace into that golden zone, the 0.618 to 0.65, which is a good time to buy. I kind of wish I bought there. I'd feel much more comfortable since it's already up pretty much 70% since that point. IREN, so let's see what they're at. Oops, I'm trying to use the same strategy in all these charts just so we're not using a ton of different things. But look where support and resistance were found once it went past all-time highs. Right at that mark, they found resistance at the 1.414. Now they're finding support and kind of range bound here. I'm guessing they'll get up to that 1.618 to 1.75, so there is some room to move up. Oh no, so it wasn't CRWV. It was IREN that expanded its cloud capacity, and they bought $674 million of GPUs. They bought a bunch of Nvidia chips. They bought some AMD chips. So I think the one thing to remember in this whole AI boom is Nvidia and AMD are going to profit no matter what. No matter what company is growing, they are using these microchips. That's why in this portfolio, I currently have AMD and I'm looking to add to Nvidia. In my main portfolio, Nvidia is my largest holding, and I just added to ASML and TSM today. I think for that main portfolio, I'm not going to include AMD. I'm just going to do Nvidia, ASML, TSM. I'm not going to include TSM and ASML in this YouTube portfolio. I'm just going to keep them in my other portfolio. But if I was only going to purchase Nvidia or AMD, I would purchase Nvidia. And I don't think you can go wrong with TSM and ASML. Those are probably stronger, safer purchases than these AI cloud providers, the NBIS, the IREN, the CRWV. That's why I already have positions in TSM and ASML, and I have no problem adding those positions. These AI cloud providers are a little bit more risky, so I'm taking my time in researching. I don't want to just buy because they are hot right now. But that's basically what's going on in the market today. A green day for the most part. Some of the companies we're looking at, Celsius, Elf Beauty, are down. Oracle was up big on the news as well. Oracle is partnered with Nvidia and OpenAI, so huge run up. So as we can see, Oracle is a little bit ahead of the pack. If we do that retracement from the previous high to the low, we see that it did go up and hit exactly where I was talking about at the 1.618 to 1.75. Look exactly where it found resistance and retraced back down. And now it's up at the 2.618. Went past it, went down. Man, Oracle looks like a good buy, but there's this giant gap. I would love to see price come back down to around 257 before I considered adding or starting a position rather. I mean, that could be a full cycle that needs to be retraced. But again, that's what's going on in the market right now. Overall, still bullish, still going up. We are reaching that point where, we might be hitting that peak of this macro cycle and it retraces. But for the time being, it still looks like a good time to buy. So we will see what happens. Let me know what you guys think of this market. What are you adding to right now? Are you selling? What stocks are you looking at? I'm very curious to see what everyone's doing. But that's it for today. Let's see what happens in the rest of this week. And I'll probably do a portfolio update on Saturday after the market closes Friday. See what happens this week and then take it from there.